right, here we are again for another worksheet, and for this one we are looking at worksheet 2-5. As you can see, I put all the answers there. Take a minute, pause, and do those problems, and I am going to do them with you here in 1 second. So let's go ahead and zoom into 200%, and as you can see, the first thing it says is turn the following fractions into percents using proportions. Well, to turn a fraction into a percent using a proportion, I have to use part over whole equals percent over 100, because a percent's total, or I could put part over total too, or part over place value, whichever way you like to look at your denominator. But that 100 is the total amount of percent a percent can be out of. So whatever the other one, whatever you call it, has to be some sort of total. So in this first one, it gives me my fraction, and I'm turning it into a percent. So it's x over 100, or percent over 100. And I got to use that opposite operation. Right now, the 100 is dividing the x, so to undo it, I got to multiply it, and what I do to one side, I must do to the other. That's because that equal sign, I have an equality symbol, I got to be equal. All right, to make this 100 a fraction, I'm going to put a 1 underneath. 100 times 3 is 300, and 1 times 5 is 5. 5 can go into 300 really nicely. It's 60 times, and I don't have to move any decimals when I use this method of turning a fraction into a percent. Whatever value I come up with is the full value, because I'm dividing by 100, which is what I said moving that decimal was. It was dividing by that 100, or multiplying by 100, depending on which way you were going. All right, so I know that all of these are going to be x over 100, and I'm going to just be multiplying both sides by 100 each time, because that is how you get the x by itself. So in this one, we're going to have 700 over 8 equals that x. 8 can't go into 7, but it can go into 70 almost 9 times, but it can't go a full 9 times, so it's going to be 8. Oh, I'm going to get a 60, which means 7, which is 56. And then I'm going to get a 4, but I'm out of digits, so I have to put a decimal and a 0, drop it down. 8 can go into 45 times. 87.5%. Oh, this one is pretty easy. Okay, still going to be this setup. Got to multiply both sides by 100 to get that x by itself. And I'm going to have 300 over 10. Well, this is super easy. Anything divided by a factor of 10 just cancels out of 0, and I know that x equals 30%, or moves it, which we saw back in pre-algebra part 1. All right, same setup. 5 over 9 equals x over 100. Got to get x by itself by multiplying both sides by 100, because it's dividing, and that's the opposite operation. All right, I'm going to put a 1 underneath, and I'm going to get 500 over 9 equals x. Let's see how many times 9 can go into that 500. 4 times would be 36. Should actually go up to 5, because 5 would be 45. Drop down to 5. Oh, I'm going to get the same thing again, so it's going to be 5, which is 45. Oh, I have a remainder but no digits, so decimal, drop down to 0. Oh, it's 50 again, so it's going to be 5, and it's just going to keep repeating that 5. So I'm going to put that repeating bar. Got to have that repeating bar over your 5, and it's 55.5%. Looks like I might have another repeater. All right, I got to multiply both sides by that 100. Both of those hundreds are going to cancel out. Going to put a 1 underneath. I'm going to end up with 100 over 6, and now I got to do that, and I got a feeling this is going to go on forever. But let's see and find out what is going to happen. Yep. All right, decimal, drop a 0. 36 again. And it's just going to keep doing that. So repeating bar, and that's my percent. Last one of these. Why do I keep doing that? All right, to get that x by itself, the hundred's dividing the x, so I have to multiply. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. Got to be fair. put it over 1, 300 over 4. And remember, I already told you why we put a 1 underneath, but if you need to know, just ask me in class. I love explaining things. 4 can go into 25 times. So 75 is the answer to that one. Donovan bought a cantaloupe for $2. How many cantaloupes can he buy for $6.50? So this is 1 cantaloupe over $2 equals unknown amount of cantaloupes, but I have $6.50. And it says give a reasonable answer. So I'm guessing this is going to get a little tricky. All right, I got to multiply both sides by 650. All right, that's going to give me 650 over 2 equals x, because these are going to cancel out. And in the interest of space there, I'm going to just do it on a calculator. And the answer I get is 3.25. But I can't like say, hey, someone give me a knife, I'm going to cut this cantaloupe into fourths. That wouldn't be proper. I can only buy 3 of the cantaloupe. Okay, that's the reasonable answer, which is the big part of what I want you to see in this particular worksheet. Edison took a trip to China. Upon leaving, he decided to convert his yang back into dollars. So here is the exchange rate. I already have it written out. All right, it's 1 to 8, because that's what it says here. Wait. How many dollars did he receive if he exchanged 8 yang? And here's the exchange rate. So it's $1 over the 8. And that equals the X amount of American dollars over 16. And I'm going to multiply both sides by the 16. Which is going to give me 16 over 8. It's going to cancel over here, giving me just an X. 8 can go into 16, $2. So it's going to be $2. Okay. Given the rate above, Abby decides to exchange 27 of China's exchange. How much will she receive? Well, it's $1 still to 8 of China's exchange. And we don't know how many American, but we know we have 27. All right, so I'm going to multiply both sides by the 27. Got to put it over 1 here. These are going to cancel, leaving me just with the X. 27 times 1 is 27, and then 1 times 8 is 8. All right, now this one, the reasonable answer, since I'm talking about American money, would be out to the hundreds place. So we got to go kind of far, okay? That's the reasonable answer. So A goes into 27 3 times, which is 24, giving me a remainder of 3. I'm out of digits, so decimal, drop it. And 8 goes into 30, another 3 times, which is 24 again, leaving me with 8. And drop another 0, and this time I can go in 7 times, because 7 times 8 is 56, which gives me a 4. Can drop another 0. 8 can go into 45 times. Now I can stop there. 1, because I'm out. 5 times 8 is 40. I don't have to do any more. But also because this now tells me that I round up that 7, and the answer is going to be $3.38. All right, that's all of it. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next class, you guys.